Hello. This video is a week late, but I've tried to film it 6 times, so I figured I would just wait until today to do it instead of uploading it like yesterday, for example. Um, so I guess last 3 weeks I've been pretty good overall. It's been a busy 3 weeks. It's been an eventful 3 weeks. But 3 weeks it has been. So I'm here to tell you. Let's see. Going in order. I went to my first party. It was my classmate Nicholas's birthday. So we had a surprise party for him. We all kind of broke into his apartment. Not really. We had a key. It was fine. And it was great. I want a surprise party. Surprise parties are cool. Then the day after that, stay out all night partying. Day after. Kara and Abby came and visited Homestead. So we spent all day knocking around the city center, which was a lot of fun. We went to the thrift store, which, I love thrift stores. Everyone knows I love thrift stores. Then the weekend after that was pretty freaking busy. On Saturday, we went to extended host family's house. Excuse me. And I tried the surströmming, otherwise known as stinky fish, which it gets its name for a good reason. It's very stinky, doesn't taste great, and has the worst aftertaste imaginable to man. And then Sunday, I went up to Gothenburg, met up with Matt and Mark, and also Lisa and Theta and Gracie and a new girl named Maya, who's nice. Then last week, Monday and Tuesday, I spent the evenings into the night filming our Halloween episode for our little show that we do, which that was a lot of work. And then Wednesday I went up to Gothenburg again to see a production of Oliver Twist with the musical theater class that I used to be in before I dropped it to not be in musical theater anymore. Then, let's see, this past weekend I had district conference, which, not gonna lie, was kind of a drag. We didn't do a lot of fun stuff. We had a tour of a drawing museum and had a cowboy dance, which it was fun to see drunk Rotarians, but it made a painting that was pretty cool. Not like my language camp abomination that I made. It was an actual nicer painting that I put some effort into. But I'm not good at painting, so. Then this week, so far, I've kind of just been doing school. I have a week break next week, so we're all just kind of winding down and chilling out. It's pretty great, actually. There was a dance production that that the dance program put on this morning, and then I watched monologues from the theater program in the afternoon. I didn't understand them, but I thought that they did a good job. So I'm gonna show off. I've bought a lot of clothes in the past 3 weeks. I'm gonna show off the clothes that I've bought. because some of them are really cool, and some of them I got thrown at a thrift store. So, I need these still. So, first thing I got is this hoodie, which aids in my quest of finding stuff that's fresh but also nerdy. So, you may think it's a normal sweatshirt, but it's actually Street Fighter merchandise. It's yeah, it says Hadouken on it. I got this leather jacket, which looks okay in the frame, but is actually very short. I have the sleeves cuffed because it's so short. So, it's also for women. This is something I got at the thrift shop. But somehow it's the only leather jacket that even remotely fit me. There was a brown one, like with an asymmetric zipper, that was sick as heck. But it was about 5 sizes too small. Like, I couldn't even put it on, which is legitimately tragic. I got this hat from, it wasn't from a thrift shop, which kind of breaks my strange hat rule. But it's okay, I got it at a Halloween store, which is similar amounts of weird. And I like it. The cabin that I stayed at for district conference just had a full-blown MAGA hat in it, which took me by surprise. And I didn't have this hat with me, but I wish I did, because it would have been so funny. But I figured it wouldn't have been great to bring a vulgar hat to a Rotary event. I got these sunglasses, which are fantastic. And finally, I got this hat. I don't know what it is, but it was weird, and it was in a thrift store, and it was like 54 kroner, which definitely follows my strange hat rule. So I bought it, and I don't regret it. I've never worn it in public outside of the day I bought it, but it's fantastic. I have all my hats on top of my big gay American flag, which is on top of my bookshelf. Phone, stop! I'm gonna take this off now. So, next to last thing I want to talk about. Back home people, y'all stressing me out. I guess this would have been 2 Thursdays ago. Yeah, that's how time works. I woke up to a text from Mary that was asking me for help with weird social situations, which ended up in me getting involved in some pretty heavy drama back home, which I should not be doing while I'm here, or more probably. But it's hard not to worry about those kinds of things. Because, you know, especially when it's, can I have advice, or can you help me with this? You never want to say no to that kind of stuff. Because, you know, they're your friends and you want to help them whenever you can. But that is a very slippery slope to getting involved in drama, without going into too many details. Tangentially related, I got hit with some pretty heavy homesickness this weekend. Sunday night, I called the parents. Talked to them. Got got live video of the dog, you know, I miss Ruckus. Oh. And then also Tess texted me, which was really nice, but also it makes me very homesick to talk to people back home, especially when I don't talk to them often. Just, it's a weird feeling. Got me reminiscing pretty hard. So, it would have been like 2 to 3 a.m. for you guys. It was in the middle of class for me. By you guys, I mean the Boise people. I spent about an hour just reminiscing with James about people we knew in middle school and stuff. Just dumb stuff we did. That was a good time. So yeah, that's kind of the mindset that I'm in right now. I guess mindset's the bad word. Just the mood I'm in. Last thing. I went and asked some questions, or I asked people to ask me questions on Instagram. So I have them on my phone. So here we go. Are you gay yet? Bold of you to assume I wasn't. I have a big gay American flag that tells you a few things about me. Do you miss Boise at all? Mostly the people in it, more than Boise itself, although there are some things about Boise, and I guess more not being an exchange student in Boise, that I miss. Don't get me wrong, it's great to be on exchange, and I'm loving most of it, and I'm sure I'll appreciate the rest of it in due time. But, you know, I have to be very safe here. I'm very protected here. You know, in Boise, if I got home at 2 a.m. from hanging out with people and, you know, drove like a maniac down Hill Road, you know, I could do that. But, like, here I kind of have a stricter curfew and I can't go to places on my own as much. You know, I can't be out after dark, and that's something that I liked about Boise. It was that, you know, it was a safe city to be in, like, later as well. So, I, you know, have a few fonder memories of being in town later at night, which I can't really do here as much because host parents say it's dangerous, and I have to respect that. I live in their house. What's something you hate about exchange? Kind of like I just said, I don't have a lot of freedom. Part of it's not being able to drive. I can't drive myself places. I have to bus or bike or get a ride, which heavily restricts my ability to go places, especially when I was used to, I'm going, drive off, right? But it's a good problem to have, I suppose. Coolest thing about being on exchange, slash your favorite thing. I really like the people here. I don't dislike anyone here, which is not an experience that I had in Boise. I like the people a lot. It's very cool to have a constant reminder that America is not the best country and that other people live in different places, which is, of course, my way of saying it's cool to experience another culture. Which, you know, is the stock boring answer, but it's the one I'm going to give because that requires a lot of thought. On an average day, how many pigeons could you reasonably carry? you know, if they're like unconscious and in a bag, probably like 10 to 20. But if it's like live pigeons that like I have to hold, it's probably like 2. Because birds are feisty. They're mean. They bite you. What's something you're proud of that you haven't gotten to brag about? Whenever the best feeling in the world is whenever I figure something out in Swedish that I like didn't look up. Like example, I realized that in Swedish, vad sa du is what did you say? All the other exchange students are probably like, oh my god, you're stupid. But, you know, it's just, yeah, that's just an example. But yeah, I didn't look it up because I don't know how to spell anything in Swedish. That Duolingo doesn't tell me how. So it's fun to figure stuff like that out. I always feel nice for the rest of the day whenever I figure something out like that. How fluent are you in Swedish? No. Hardly at all. I can introduce myself and order food, so I have the essentials. And I'm working on the whole conversation thing after that. If you could have, would you have picked another country? No, I don't think so. Sweden meshes with me very well. I'm figuring things out. I do kind of wish I had gone to a Spanish-speaking country because I already knew a little bit of Spanish. But, you know, it's okay. I didn't know that much Spanish, so it's not like I lost years upon years of research or anything. Like Caden spent like 5 years doing Spanish, and then he went to Belgium for college. Because you're silly like that, Caden. What do you think of school classmates? I like school and classmates. It's great. American school is awful. The American school system is a joke. And the Swedish school system knows what it's doing, at least a little bit. So I like being able to actually, like, have a schedule with, like, time to eat and, you know, enough time to learn things in my classes. Not that I understand what's happening in them, but theoretically, I could be learning. How's the weather? Rainy and great. I fall asleep to the rain more nights than not, which is great. It's very calming and relaxing, and it's very ASMR-esque. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I'm doing okay. It's all good. Yeah, in the preparation for going on exchange, I like the Rotary meetings and stuff, they warned us that, you know, end of October, start of November, and through the holidays is in general like the lowest point of the exchange, and I am starting to kind of get that a little bit. I've been away long enough that I just have no clue what's going on at home. But I haven't been here long enough to have a clue what's happening here. So it's this weird kind of limbo where I just am constantly confused all the time. Which, I've been that way since I was 10 years old, so nothing new. But, you get my point. yeah, like I said, I have break next week. I'm going to Stockholm. So, and I'm going to see exchange friendos this weekend. So, should have some good stuff to talk about next week. Or in 2 weeks, assuming nothing goes horribly awful and I die or something. Okay, yeah.